Hey everyone. Right, now we have the standard thing that we do at the beginning where I have to fart around a little bit and get set up. Oh, hey everyone. There we go. What? Good to know that works. So I can turn that sound off. I can do this. I can make this a bit smaller. Oh, hi everyone. Thanks for joining me. People waiting. How exciting. Thanks, Anna. I know you were referring to the setup and stuff with the looking good, but I'm pretending it's about me, even though I have a very ghostly Snow White thing going on right now with how flat my face is. I'm going to blame the computer light on that. Oh, itchy arm. Yeah, I've got full face of makeup on and pajamas. So that's the kind of thing we're doing. That's the kind of goal we're going with. Oh, good evening, everyone. Sorry, hair. I molt quite a lot. How are we all? I hope you're all well. So, for those of you who have never seen a live stream before, and this is both for those who are able to join me live right now, so thank you, and also to those who are watching this back as like a watching it back kind of thing. Terrible. What my live streams are, because I know a lot of people who have knitting podcasts podcast live. I do not podcast live. I do not have that mental capacity to be able to read what people are saying and continue on a track talking about things. So I podcast with notes and very organized. If you hear that high-pitched beep sound, that is my boiler, and I don't know why it does that, but it will cut out in a second. Yeah, this is just a place where I sit and I chat, and I often knit. I do have knitting. I sit and I chat to all of you and just general chit chat. So that's what's going to be happening today. My sister's here. Hi, Charlotte. Hope you are well. I have a question. How can I knit a sari blouse? I've seen videos on YouTube, but in Hindi, I don't know what to do. Amaris, I'm really sorry. I can't help you with that request. I can't help you with that. I'm really sorry. But hi everyone. I hope you're all well. How is your Thursday gone? I was meant to be going to the pub for some drinks, but the boys I was meant to be going with have bailed on me. But that's okay, because now I get to live stream instead, which is equally as fun. But I also haven't spoken much today. I chatted with Mario a bit this morning, but he went to work at 11ish, so I haven't actually spoken to anyone in a number of hours, except for my sister who popped around, who came to pick up a phone and is watching this on her new phone. Charlotte, how is your new phone? I had an advert for the company that you've bought your new phone from. It came up on one of my YouTube videos. It was really funny. Should be packing for Disneyland on Sunday, but instead of drinking tea and knitting on my Hermione's everyday socks. Oh, I'm so jealous that you're going to Disneyland. You're going to Disneyland Paris? I imagine you're going to Disneyland Paris. I love Disneyland Paris. Oh my goodness, you have to go on the Finding Nemo roller coaster if it's still there. It's so much fun. It's jazzy. Good to know. My sister's new phone is jazzy. It's what we like to hear. My eyes look very blue. I am a fan of what my webcam is doing to my face. I'm glad it's not in a higher quality, because otherwise you'd be able to see all of the bags. Dreaming of taking up my alpha my shisui instead of being at work. Amazing. Taking your Shakespeare for half term. Oh my goodness, that is going to be so much fun. I hope that you both have a fantastic time, because I love Disneyland. So, oh, my nose has started running. Apologies. So, yesterday, Meg of Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits had a live stream, and she was talking about how she was knitting her Shusui shawl. Shusui shrug. It is 8 p.m. Remind me about the ear piercing questions until after this thought. Really sick after eating pancakes. Oh no, how sad. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Victoria. I hope you feel better and soon. Have a peppermint tea. That always helps me if I feel a bit sick. Yes. So she was talking about knitting the Shui shrug. And I'd already decided that I wanted to knit this a while ago. By a while ago, I mean like a week ago. And thank you, Sushin, for answering Amari's question. Yes. And so I decided that Meg and Tristan said she wanted to knit one, aka Dragon Horde yarn. So I basically said, let's have a knit along. So we're having a knit along. And Lofty Loops, who is in the chat, is also part of the knit along. So it's between 4 podcasts, and we're all having a bit of an informal knit along, and it's a lot of fun. And I posted a thread in my Ravelry group with all the information in, and it's going on for 3 months. And I'm really excited to knit this big, slouchy, comfy shrug. Ear piercings. Lowry. Oh, sorry. Getting back to it. So I have my rook pierced, which is here. In here, I need to get a new earring for that because this one is obnoxiously large. But yes, I've got my rook. I've got one here. This one, fun fact, stuck in my ear. I can't get this ball off. So that is really annoying. And then I've got 3 lobe piercings in this ear. And then I've got 2 lobe piercings in this ear with the teapot upside down. I've got my tragus done, which is really annoying for when you wear headphones. And I've also got up here done. So yeah, those are all the piercings I have in my ears. That answered that question. I really want another piercing because it's been about, how long has it been? 6 years? Yeah, it's been about 6 years since I last had a piercing. So I think I need, or I think I would like a new one. I think this is the thing that I have. I just got my rook done. Oh, wasn't it painful? Oh, not the most painful piercing I had, but it's up there. It was one of my most painful piercings. Tragus. My problem is with piercings is that I fiddle a lot with my piercings. So my nose piercing is one of the best healing piercings I ever had because the fun fact about septum piercings is they don't go through cartilage at all. They just go through skin. I got quite a wide hoop in my nose, which meant I could flip it up and hide it away from my, hey Amy, I hope you don't get in trouble at work. Meant I could hide it from my parents. And it also meant I didn't fiddle with it or touch it. And so it was completely healed in 6 weeks and I could change the jewelry in it. And that's fantastic. But all of my ear piercings I fiddled with and I played with and they all went a bit gross. My rook was so filled with goo, for lack of a better word. Sorry if anyone is squeamish. That this really huge bar that you can't really see because it's in my ear. It was barely big enough. And my tragus also swelled up and that was gross. That one exploded a couple of times. But as gross as it sounds, it was also quite satisfying, you know, like popping a spot. Oh. Sorry, let's stop that gross discussion. But yeah, I would like another piercing in my ears, but I don't know what. I'm unsure. I was thinking I don't know how it's said. I read it only and it's Daith. And it's kind of the front bit here, I think. Might be wrong. Oh, an industrial, that might be a pain in the behind with big headphones like that I wear all the time. Also, industrial piercings are really, really painful. So what I've read is, because I've done quite a lot of research on ear piercings through the years, if you just get 2 individual piercings lined up as though you're going to, you know, put the bar through. When you go to your piercer, if you say, I'd like an industrial piercing, but get them, you know, done, then get them done individually without the bar through. Apparently they heal much better, but do your research on that. Hydrogen peroxide helps bubble out infections. Good to know. That's good to know. Hi, Nadine. Thank you. I'm glad that you like my channel. How's my Zweig going? And that is how it is spelled. Well done. Yeah, finished, completed. It is blocking upstairs. And then I just need to trim off all of the ends. And yes, it is. When I told my peers the other day. Okay, good to know. Well, I'll look into it. Hey, Tristan. I just told everyone how we're doing the Shisui Shrug along. Tristan in the chat is one of the people that's hosting it with us. Love the Swipeful live you did. Thank you. Thank you. I would be wearing it, but as I say, it's drying. And yeah, it fits fantastically. And it's a really nice thing to knit. Really enjoyed knitting it. But I have now cast on. I can't not do something apparently. I knit a pair of mittens in 8 hours. I didn't sit religiously and knit them for 8 hours. I, stopped in the middle. But I knit a pair of mittens. When you come here, we'll get piercings in front of a cheesy college movie. Oh my goodness, that would be the best thing ever. If you get souvenir yarn, just get me a souvenir hole in my ear. I did consider for a short period of time. I really like the look of people who have a small stud in each nose and a septum, in each nostril, and a septum piercing. I think that looks really nice. But I think that's a bit too adventurous for me. I think I'll just stick with the septum on the face. I'm not that brave. But I've cast on a Bendy Arrows shawl with some of the yarn that I got for my birthday. Because, my birthday was in September. I'm really sorry I don't speak Turkish to Nebahat Gungur. I don't speak Turkish, unfortunately, so I don't know what you're saying in the chat. But yeah, this is Lollipop Guild yarns. Ooh. I've got this one, which is called Move It, Move It. I've got this Goldie one, which is called Goldie Horn. And I've started knitting the Bendy Arrows shawl, which is a pattern by Charlotte Bory. And I met the lovely Charlotte at Edinburgh Yarn Festival last year. And I just decided to cast on a Bendy Arrows shawl because I want to use my own yarn to knit the majority of my Shisui Shrug. So I still have 2 skeins that I need to dye because, people bought them. Anna, you're one of them, so thanks. I'm going to try and use Prestidigitation, which was a new colour that I had in my shop. But luckily, nobody bought the skeins of Vicious Mockery. So I decided to maybe keep them for myself. So my shrug is going to be out of Prestidigitation and Vicious Mockery. And it's going to look so good. And I have a skein of Hedgehog as in Hedgehog fibers, in the Goosebumps colour that I used in my Half Moon Oracle shawl. And I've got loads left over. And I'm going to have that round the edging. I think the Lollipop Guild. Yes, I know, right? Lollipop Guild. We represent the Lollipop Guild. Yeah, it's a pretty cool name. I bought this in Handmade Studios in Ronan's Castle when I went in the summer. And I got overexcited and wanted to buy all of the yarn. And then my dad said, "Oh, it's your birthday soon. You can have it for your birthday." I'm so spoiled. Thanks, Dad. Am I going to the Yarn Festival this year? Yes, I am going to Edinburgh Yarn Festival this year. I'm very excited about it. I'm all about the yarn hoarding. I have so much yarn that I am hoarding so much. But yeah, I'm going to Edinburgh Yarn Festival this year. I've applied for the Thursday night knit night tickets. And I got an email through to say so I have a podcast pass and we were allowed to apply to one of the events to be able to go to, and it said, hey, you don't need to buy one of these tickets because you've applied for the big knit night. But I applied for it like a week too late, but hopefully I'm going to the big knit night on the Thursday. But I am going to Edinburgh Yarn Festival on the Thursday, Friday, and the Saturday. And I'm in Edinburgh for all day Sunday. And I forgot to book the Monday off work, so I'm going to be super tired at work. But that's okay. Yeah, so the cheaper flights were, I think I'm flying about 7:30 in the evening. So that's not fun. Because I missed out on the cheap train, and then I missed out on the cheap flight, and then I've got the cheapest of the flights. So I'm I'm landing at Edinburgh at I think 10:30. So I'm as in 10:30. So I think I'll go straight to the Corn Exchange and hang out and just have all my stuff with me. And then the knit night on the Friday. And then Sunday, I don't know what I'm going to do all day, but I'm going to be by myself. So if anyone wants to meet up and hang out, let me know. I love tea, as you know, so we could go to a good, nice tea room and hang out and knit for a bit, or I can do that by myself. That's also an option. But yeah, I won't have to be at the airport till 5-ish, which is, you know, quite a chunk of time. Ooh, what's my hair doing? What's my hair doing? But yeah, if you see me around at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, please, please, please come and say hi. Because I think I'm one of the lesser known podcasters that's going with a podcaster pass. So thanks. So yeah. Oh, I have cool things to show you. Oh, now I'm gonna have to get up. Okay, if you can see any mess behind me, apologies. I don't think you can. I think it's just pillows. But I'm not a tidy person, so I'm just gonna. I'll be back in a second. Okay. Okay. I said it won't be long. Ooh, what's that? My glasses. Ooh. Yarn Shoppers Community Games in it. That's pretty cool. So I treated myself to some cool things, and I wish these had like a plastic Sealy thing, but I have other Sealy bags, I suppose. But I got some badges, some pin badges. So these are just Corner Craft pin badges. They're just like buttons. They've just got the Corner of Craft logo on, which is pretty cool. And then I also got some chromatic yarn pins. Ooh, and that has my logo on as well. So they're pretty cool, and I'm very excited about them. So they'll be coming with me to Edinburgh. And I will be dishing those out to anyone who wants them. But you're going to have to ask for them because I don't want to push pins on people unless I'm very hyperactive and excited, and then everyone will get a pin. But I can sometimes be slightly socially awkward. So feel free to come up and say hi to me, but say, oh, hi, blah, you're so cool. Give me a pin. And you can have a pin because I you know, I don't know. And anything that don't get given away will go into either any prizes or blah, blah, blah. Oh, Victoria, hi. Some of the other videos you say they upload twice a week. Okay. So I used to upload twice a week. I used to have a regular schedule that I stuck to. And this was when I was living in Germany and I didn't have a job and had lots of time in Germany to be able to work on my YouTube channel. And then doing tutorials just became a bit of a chore for me, and I didn't enjoy doing them anymore. Basically, I did them because I had to do them rather than because I wanted to do them. I decided to just do podcasts and such instead because I actually enjoy doing those much more. I really enjoy the live streams because then I get to, you know, connect with the people in the chat who are chatting, you know. Thank you, Hannah, for saying my makeup is on point. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty darn good. I am tooting my own horn. You know, I didn't make myself look nice for Valentine's Day. So why not make myself look nice for when my boyfriend is at work and I'm home by myself? For all of you. If you put the buttons in the store, I will absolutely buy one. Okay, done. Anything that anything that doesn't get given away at Edinburgh Yarn Festival will go in the shop. I think I got 50 of each, so there definitely will be some going in the shop. I'm pretty sure I got 50 of each. This just doesn't look like a lot, but I know that it is, because obviously I make stitch markers and I can fit a huge amount of stitch markers in quite a small bag. But yes, when you see me at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, come up and say hi and demand a pin off me in not an aggressive manner. Obviously, I'm a nice person, but I'm not. I probably won't say, "Hey, do you want a pin?" Because in my head, nobody knows who I am, so nobody is going to want a pin. Which I know doesn't make sense, but it's what happens in the head. I hope you get to video it. I do intend on vlogging Edinburgh Yarn Festival. That is something I do intend to do. I need to get a second camera battery so my battery doesn't die. But I 110% plan on vlogging both my trip to Sweden, which is 2 weeks before that, and also Edinburgh, because why not? It's so much fun to do. Although Becky's only going for Becky's only going for 1 day this year. So I'm going to be feeling a little bit awkward vlogging by myself. Hopefully a lot of other people will also be vlogging, so I won't feel quite so alone in it. That makes sense. Plus I'm really out of practice. I got really good at vlogging when I was living in Germany because we go on trips all the time, but I'm so out of practice now. Giant bottle of orange squash, which tastes a little bit like washing up liquid. I gave this bottle a nice thorough clean earlier, so now it just tastes like washing up liquid, which is not fun. Oh, Hannah will be vlogging. Good to know. Any podcasters you're hoping to catch up with again at EYF? Definitely Becky, obviously. Although I don't consider her a podcaster, I consider her my BFF. She was. Oh, that bottle is from Paper Chase. Gotta love a bit of Paper Chase. Thank you very much. Thank you, Russell. Wish I could get there. Always enjoy your videos. Love your personality. Oh, thank you. Yes, she was my neighbor in Germany and I miss her an awful lot. She was fun to hang out with and useful because she lived so close. I could just go over in my pajamas and it wouldn't be an issue. And I don't have anyone that close here, as in physically close. And Kristen of Willenvine. I'm very excited to see her again, because last time it was a bit of a whirlwind experience and I was a little bit overwhelmed by it was my first yarn festival, so I was just overwhelmed by it all and a little bit starstruck. Sorry, Kristen, if you're watching this in the future, but I was a little bit starstruck because she was the first knitting podcaster I ever watched, and I kind of completely binged on all of her past podcasts, or some of her past podcasts. So I was a little bit whoa. But hopefully this year I'll be a bit more normal. And also, I wasn't speaking to people on a regular basis living in Germany. I would chat to Mario every day, obviously, but big gatherings happened very rarely. And it meant that whenever I was in a large group of people, I was very shy and very uncomfortable. I don't know. But now I talk to people on a regular basis at work. And I'm saying a lot, and I'm really sorry. But because I talk to people an awful lot on a regular basis and have kind of embraced my personality and how awkward I am, I think I'm a lot better at talking to people now and approaching people and being with people, even if my sense of humor doesn't always translate that well. That's okay. I'm all right with it. It's fine. But yeah, basically, a lot more comfortable now. Hi, Alicia. Anyone else going to Arrival over the weekend? Unfortunately, I am not, because I had like the whole of my hip out just then. Because it's a bit awkward for me to get to because I can't drive. I felt silly getting starstruck because I know that she's just a normal person, you know? Because I've had people be like that with me. So I don't want to be like that with other people. But I think I'm going to have more time to hang out and be annoying at her, which is how I make friends. For those who don't know, I, just kind of force people to be my friend and then hang out with them too much. And then they get rid of me. They don't get rid of me. They get used to me. It's what I wanted to say. And then we're friends for life. How are you liking your new position at work? Yes, settled very much into it. I was very stressed about it in the beginning because I didn't really know what to expect. And I stressed about everything because I'm a moron. But I have settled into it. Everyone I work with is really lovely. And if I mess up, it's not the end of the world. See, the heat must be back on the last live. I saw the boiler was out. Yes, we got a new boiler. And then shortly after that, a pipe burst in our kitchen at 3 a.m. So we had no hot water for a day and a bit because it was a Sunday. And then I came around and fixed it in 10 minutes. It was really, really annoying. But I luckily was able to stay with my sister. So I was able to shower because I was pretty gross at work. Or it would have been pretty gross at work. But this is like my favorite go-to jumper for when I'm not leaving the house or not kind of being awfully sociable. Although saying this, putting this on the internet and having over 1,000 people view it is quite sociable. But this was a jumper knit for me by my mum. And it was one of these cool balls of yarn that sort of knits up really, I don't know what pattern it was, but it's really soft and really snuggly, and I really enjoy wearing it. It's really nice. I'm just going to keep saying really, but it's not really one that it's not one I would wear out and about, but it's just really comfy and snuggly and perfect for days like today when I had to sit in because I was waiting for a package for my sister to be delivered. Love the new show you've cast on. Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you. Lena's here. Hey, Lena. I had a fangirl moment the other week when you hearted one of my comments on your videos. Oh, thanks, Victoria. That's so sweet. It's just so funny when I think that I fangirl over people because I don't know. People are just normal people, you know? This isn't going to make sense. But they're just normal people making podcasts like I do. I don't know. Fangirling is so weird. So super excited about your yarn I got today. You picked a beautiful skein. Ugh. That was one of the ones I wanted to keep. I strongly debated whether or not I was going to put some of the skeins in the shop that I put in the shop. And then I decided to. And I'm glad I did, because you all seem to like them as well. I had good sales last weekend, so thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Much appreciated. Because I really enjoy dyeing yarn, and if people didn't buy it, then it would just be taking up space in my craft room. Actually, it's not the end of the world, but it is slightly impractical. It is difficult to make a podcast. Lena, what about it are you unhappy with when you try making a podcast? Because how I used to find when I was Yeah, even the girl electrical bought some. Yeah, I was very confused when your order came through, Anna. Very confused. Um, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm very much trying to save money for EYF, which is why I'm grateful when people buy yarn. Because that is very much the corner of craft and EYF money is when people buy from my shop. It goes either back into the business or goes onto EYF stuff. Podcasting is hard. Anyway, when I was first recording videos, okay, so I've been recording videos for YouTube since 2008. January the 1st, 2008 was my first upload to YouTube, not on this channel. So I've had videos on YouTube for over 10 years, which is so weird to think about. Super weird to think about. And when I first recorded videos, I filmed them on my phone and I couldn't edit them because I had no way of doing that. And it's yeah, so I was really awkward at the beginning. And then I would start doing makeup tutorials, which I obviously wasn't very good at because I'm not the bomb at makeup in comparison to some of the people on YouTube who are very good at makeup. But when I was doing makeup tutorials, not many people were on YouTube. And then, because I did it before it was cool, no, I'm not going to be that person. And then I started doing craft videos and I seemed to become awkward again at doing those. And I don't know what it was about it, but the more I would sit and chat with people and just kind of be myself with people, the easier I found it to podcast or make videos or whatever, if that makes sense. So just keep practicing, keep trying. If you feel like you're awkward in the beginning, make notes. I always make notes. I and ah a lot as well, as you can hear when I'm speaking live. I try and cut some of them out when I am podcasting. I cut out when I'm repeating stuff. I cut out all sorts. Sometimes I randomly sing in the middle of a podcast. That gets axed. But yeah, so it isn't super easy to do, but I really enjoy it. And something that really helps is imagining that you're just having a chat to friends. Even when nobody was watching my videos, I would always imagine that I was having a chat with one of my friends. And I just instantly felt more relaxed. I mean, live stream is so much easier because obviously I'm getting immediate feedback from people. And I'm getting people chatting to me, which very useful, keeps the conversation flowing. But yes, just imagine that you're having a chat with one of your friends, you're sitting down with a cup of tea and you're having a natter, you know? And then it always gets more relaxed. Oh, Lenny, I'm also awkward. I'm also very awkward. But being awkward can come across as being quite adorable. So it's all good. And to be fair, I think having a British accent does help. I get away with a multitude of sins. Bye, have fun at school. I hope you have a lovely day. Oh, Australia, crazy, completely different time zones. I won't be able to air any of the things I talk about with my friends, to be fair. So, or some of the things. Hey, Big K, what's his new game? When I explain paper crafting in my videos, I try to imagine explaining to Hannah, who doesn't know about it, and it helps. See? Just imagine you're explaining it to me, friends. But the thing is, I wouldn't be able to stand up because I have 40 viewers right now. I can see that. I can see that it says I have 40 viewers. And I had up to 50 a little bit earlier. Why does my hip keep falling out? I should probably pull up the trousers. There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, but I would not be able to stand up in a room full of 40 people and chat to you like I am now, I wouldn't be able to do it. But for some reason, because you're not all stood in front of me, I'm fine. I love your channel. Ah, thanks, Elizabeth and or Rachel. Yes, we do love the accent. Well, thank you. Let's play the brick card and awkward becomes adorable. Definitely. It's the Hugh Grant effect, even if Hugh Grant is kind of annoying. But you know what I mean? He always plays kind of like a bumbling English person. And I just made the camera jiggle. But yeah, bumbling. Medieval RPG. Ooh, that sounds really weird. I don't know if I could get into that, but I'm sure he's enjoying it. Mary bought himself a new game. It's called... No, I've completely forgotten what it's called. Can't pretend to know what it's called. You're a monster hunter. Monster Hunter's World. Monster... I don't know. He's also playing Stardew Valley on his Switch. And I once accidentally, when he was playing it on the computer, I once accidentally called it Sky Farm. So now I always call Stardew Valley Sky Farm. And I'm really worried that whenever we're out and about in public and he's playing on his Switch and I call it Sky Farm, I'm always worried that people are going to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. Tomorrow's my first yarn festival. I'm not sure what to expect. Anyone got any advice what to buy / avoid, etc.? Okay, yarn festivals. You are going to be very overwhelmed. You're going to not have a clue about anything. You're going to... This is me anyway. I walk around a bit like, what? So, if you're going with a group of people, I recommend taking yourself off by just going by yourself, having a wander around. Take your time. Just have a wander. Look at everything. Feel all the yarn. Make a mental note of ones that you like, but do not buy it. You need to go around at least once, if not twice. Do a lap. Once, if not twice. I think I went round twice in Nottingham. And then go back to the places that you want. Also, go with projects in mind. Also helpful. Because otherwise, you'll buy a skein of yarn and just have one skein of yarn. And then you don't know what to do with it. There's only so many hats that you can make. It is Monster Hunter. I knew it. Good. Oh, I've missed some. Yes, do a lap first because you'll fall in love with everything because you're drunk in the atmosphere. Yeah. Even if you could even do a lap, sit down with a cup of tea, have a bit of a knit, have a natter to someone around you because everyone is very friendly because we're all knitters, and then go back and buy something. But yeah, if you go with a project in mind, saying, oh, I want to get something for my Zweig jumper, for example, you're going to know that you need 3 skeins of a main colour and 1 contrast colour, and you will be grand. I've missed some things. I was up podcasting, but I don't have a nice accent. Hey, Black Country is a nice accent too. It's just nice in its own way. Don't let an accent put you off making podcasts. Just do it. They're so much fun. Katie, do it. Do it. I'll watch it. Promise. But yeah, I've been watching Mario play Monster Hunter. I don't fully understand it yet because I haven't actually watched him play it that much. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked my friendship bracelets tutorial. Oh, you like my wrist warmer tutorial. Thank you very much. It is a useful tutorial. Can I do another friendship bracelet tutorial? Unfortunately, I'm not doing tutorials at the moment. I might at some point in the future, but as of right now, I am not doing tutorials. Ah, Amy, I hope that your husband also is inspired to buy some of my yarn for you as a surprise. Because, you know, bit of, you know, fantasy land world Words. I always forget to go with projects in mind, and then I look at everything but have no idea what to do with it. Yes. Yeah, projects always help. Okay, now I am back with the current chat. You're all very active. It means that I'm having a tough time keeping up with you all because I'm trying to chat and read. Yeah, friendship bracelets, very fun. We don't have to get supplies. Anna, just tell me to bring supplies. I have so much embroidery thread. So much. Just a comforting fact, outsiders find all British accents amazing. True. That is true. Say aluminium. 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 I do not call it aluminum. It is aluminium. You missed your tutorials. I'm really sorry, Jessica. Maybe in the future they will come back. But as of right now, no. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I've paused the video and the enthusiasm that is on my face is a little intense. So excited you don't want to go mad. Oh, another tip. Set yourself a budget. Set yourself a budget. If you go with a budget, you can go a little bit over, but if you don't go with a budget, you will just spend so much money. So set a budget and try to stick to it best you can. I went with a budget in Nottingham and I bought one skein extra, which tipped me over by the skein's worth. But had I not set a budget, I would have just gone mental and bought so much. I found a yarn app that tells you the yarn shops are in each state or city. Well, that's a fantastic app. Is it international or is it just the States? Because if it's just the States, I can't use it. But if it's international, so at the moment I have to Google. And Google isn't the most reliable. Or I ask on social media and people from the place tell me, recommend good ones, which is very helpful. It is helpful having somewhat of a social media following sometimes. I should probably stop casually chilling on Instagram whilst I'm live streaming. Glad you have a budget, always useful. Yes, I agree, Nadine. You can record now if you feel up to it. If you've got such a bad cold, you might not feel up to it, but you can always record now and do a voiceover later because voiceovers are really fun to do. Ah, thank you, Elizabeth and Rachel. I don't know if it's both of you or one of you. You never confirmed that. Hi, Leona. I kind of miss doing the voiceovers for videos. Maybe I have to. Maybe I'll have to. This is the first time I've ever thought this. Because I really enjoyed doing the voiceovers because I would just talk rubbish for 20 minutes. And people seemed to like the fact that my voiceovers weren't just telling you what to do, but I was just having a random natter with people. Ah, those were the good old days. Maybe I'll have to bring it back. Who else is in their PJs? Who else is in their PJs? And yes, this is a very snuggly jumper. I love Instagram too. I spend too much time on Instagram. Tell you what I also do. You're gonna hijack my chat. Feel free. Anna, I trust you. Feel free to hijack the chat. I don't know what that means. Oh, yeah, we got people in PJs. Your sales paper quilly and coughed all the. Oh, that's so sad. I hope you feel better soon. Halfway to your PJs. To be fair, I'm not wearing a PJ top, but I'm in the PJ bottoms. Basically, as soon as I know that I'm not going to see anyone else for the day, the PJs are on. Okay, chat people. What would you love in a knitting notebook / project planner? Please. Also, if you're watching this back later, leave a comment underneath this video so we can read them. Because Anna designs planners and planner layouts and is very talented. So You know what? I don't actually have a cup of tea. I know. I did consider making one before the podcast and then got distracted watching that 70s show and then didn't. Ooh, I'm tagged on a post on Facebook. Uh, I took a credit card once and came home with a spinning wheel. Oh my goodness, never go to a yarn festival with a credit card. Um, turmeric tea, turmeric ginger tea. Ooh, we have a turmeric tea from does Anna make knitting journals? That'd be awesome. Katie, this is what we're asking because she's going to design a knitting planner. And so we want to know what you want in your knitting planner. Beadaholic94 does do planner charms. Bye, Gabriella. 1990. Now, if you got a budget, you won't spend too much money. I mean, in theory. I always assume everyone's like me. I'm very sensible when it comes to spending money. I'm very good at talking people into spending money. I'm very good at talking people out of spending money. Oh, buttermint tea. Does it taste like a Murray mint? Murray. Okay, I have mixed feelings on Murray mints purely because whenever we used to go on long car journeys and we would feel unwell, because you know in car journeys you sometimes get a bit sickies. Mum and Dad would always give us a Murray mint to make us feel better. So now I associate Murray mints with travel sickness, which is not the best association. How long will I be here? What, live streaming? I don't know. Maybe for another 45 minutes. Maybe for another 15 minutes. It depends. It depends. Buttermint is a mint that is also quite buttery. You know, it's like a boiled sweet. It is a mint, but it has a buttery taste. Like a Murray mint is a buttermint. It's tough to explain. Okay, got blank charts happening. I feel like there needs to be a space for notes, like random notes. What needle size you use. Maybe have several gaps for those. What gauge you got for those who do tension squares. What gauge you got. The name of the project and the designer. A space for the yarn you use, both make and color. So maybe quite a large box for if people do color work. And maybe a space where you can stick in a piece of the yarn or the label or something. My hair is super pretty. Thanks. I really need to re-dye it. It's faded a lot. It desperately needs to be re-dyed, so it's not as exciting at the moment. But yeah. Hi, Lynn. I don't tend to get travel sickness anymore. I mean, I do if I look down or if I'm in a car that's too hot. That happens sometimes. But yeah. But those are the things that I would include in a knitting journal that I can think of off the top of my head. Or maybe a space to put what size you knit. That might be helpful too. Oh, and the date you cast on and the date you cast off. Hey, a list of projects you want to cast on is a pretty good shout as well. Tastes like wheat sweet mint. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, space for photo. Good shout. I'm sorry that your buttermint tea isn't the most pleasant. I need to get a good peppermint tea. That's something I need to invest in. Like a loose leaf. I drink so much loose leaf tea. The yarn stash section. You see, I don't know if that would be, I guess, I don't know if that would be an easy thing to keep on top of. Because you'd obviously be constantly like rubbing out and adding to it. What is purple tea? I saw that you said something about purple tea earlier and then I got distracted. What is this purple tea? What's it taste of? Is it that I have a tea that's blue and when you put lemon juice in it, it goes pink. But at the moment, it goes purple. Ooh, tabs. Fair. Would work well with a pencil, that is true. Thank you. My jumper is comfy. It's very nice. What's the what for? What? I get lost so much in this chat sometimes. A page that is measuring either in centimeters or inches. Ooh. See, I'm not the biggest fan of green tea. I really want to like green tea, but green tea is very much Mario's scene. I don't like it. I've tried green tea in various states, and I just not a fan. A blueberry tea, very nice. I ordered, oh my goodness, totally treated myself on when? Sunday, maybe. I bought it on Sunday. Blueberry pancake tea from Bluebird Tea Company. They had it around for only 72 hours and it's been delivered to the shop and I need to go pick it up. I was going to go in today when I popped into town, but I ended up not going into town because my boys bailed on me. But I'm so excited for this blueberry pancake tea. So excited. Never tried mochi ice cream. I have, and it's very tasty. Peach and raspberry tea. Ooh, very nice. I really enjoy tea. I really want to get into, sorry if this gets boring, I always end up either talking about alcohol or tea. I'm happy to say today it's about tea. I really want to get into cold brewing tea. Really want to get into cold brewing tea in the summer and make iced tea from it. Because I've never done cold brewing tea. I've tried cold brew coffee, but I've never tried cold brew tea. So I've only ever made iced tea myself and I steep the tea as normal and then put cold water in it. Ooh, and loads of ice cubes. Banana bake from T2 is awesome. I have never tried that. That sounds incredible. Have I tried mulled apple tea? I have spiced apple and chamomile tea at the moment, and that's pretty tasty. That's by Twinings. I'm not a huge fan of pucker tea. They seem to like putting licorice in a lot of their teas, and that puts me off. Peach iced tea. I used to drink a lot of iced tea in Germany. I really want to do cold brew tea. I don't like licorice in tea. I like licorice as a general rule. I don't like licorice in tea. Or maybe that's just the tea that it's because I bought a vanilla chai. And I wanted it to taste good and then it got licorice. How do you cold brew tea? You put a little bit, I think 1.5 the amount of tea you normally would. So you put half extra in again. So say you put 1 teaspoon in normally. I think you put in 1.5. I can't remember. And then you steep it in cold water for 4 to 6 hours or overnight. And apparently brings out the sweetness of the tea a lot more than the bitter taste, from what I have read. So I really want to give it a go. And Bluebird Tea Company sells a cold brew tea bottle, which looks really nice. So I might be tempted with that. But I'll have to see if I can justify it, because I almost didn't justify the Brudini that I've got, but I've used it so much. I've used it twice today alone. Whereas, not such, no, not a nice surprise. I'm expecting a nice vanilla gingerbread. I know that was a hot no. I did not. No, it was not the vanilla chai that I wanted in my life, especially because I was trying to replace the one in Germany that I couldn't get over here, which now Becky has sent me 3 boxes of. But yeah, also I was looking on their on the Bluebird Tea Company when they were talking about this blueberry pancake tea. Someone asked something about cold brewing it, and they said they suggested cold brewing it in milk, and that sounds really tasty. So really want to get into cold brew. Yeah, Pucker vanilla chai. Don't have it. Have the Tesco vanilla chai. It is much nicer. I don't like the Adagio tea vanilla chai either, but that all could be because on the packet it says to steep it for 7 minutes, and that's quite a long time. But yes, this summer I'm going to try to be all about the cold brew tea, because I Lord knows I've got a lot of tea to get through. So much tea to get through. Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun to have so much tea. It does mean that whenever I go to make a cup of tea, I have a nice selection of teas to choose from, which can be a little overwhelming, but that's okay. But yes, make homemade lemonade. Oh, I love homemade lemonade. That is something I'm going to miss about living in England this summer. No, something I'm going to miss about not living in Germany. Oh, I don't know how I want to phrase this. So in Germany, whenever you go to a restaurant or cafe or anything, they would have homemade iced tea and homemade lemonade as an option. And I am really going to miss that, because this country, we do not do that. Do, 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 do. Yeah, get on the artificial sweetener. Get on the stevia. Although I don't really like the taste of stevia. Ah, tiny human now asleep on you. That's so cute. Ah, tiny humans. I am a fan of babies. I think they're very sweet, but I do understand why some people are not baby people. They're very sweet when they're, someone else's and not crying at me. Babies. Let's not talk about babies. What song was I having? Would it be bad to say that I didn't actually know that I was humming a song? You see, the song I was singing in my head was Paul McCartney, Live and Let Die. So maybe that was the song I was also humming, but I didn't know I was humming it. Well, that's not good. That's really bad. I should know what I'm singing. Fun fact, it's super easy to poison yourself with stevia. Ooh, tell me more. Pico Tea Shop in Edinburgh is lovely. Well, that's something I can do on the Sunday I'm there. Let me write that down. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Quick, before it goes. Quick, somebody else memorize it. Before it goes. Quick, faster. Bye, Laura. Have an absolutely amazing and fantastic time at Unravel. Tea shop in Edinburgh. Done. Oh, Hannah, you and I hanging out on that Sunday, because I have to be at the airport for, my flight's at 7:30, so I will probably be there for 5:30 because I get stressed. But we shall hang out on that Sunday, 110%. We can go check out this tea shop. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So the stevia plant is poisonous. The one you get in regular stores is diluted, so it's difficult. But health nuts get undiluted one, possibly poison themselves with it. So the moral of the story is, don't be a health nut. Just ignore me. It's important to be healthy. 7:30. Sorry, 7:30 is 7:30. 7:30 in German is 6:30. I'm imagining it's the same in Swedish. But 7:30, if you say 7:30 to someone from North America who hasn't been around British people, they're not going to know what time it is. 7:30 is a very much British thing, and it took me a long time to realize that. A long time to realize that. I lived in Frankfurt in Germany, which is the southwest. Yeah, 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 in Germany is 6:30, same as in Swedish. Sorry, I just had to respond to someone on Instagram. Military time. Okay, so just take off 12. 18:30 is 6:30. Just take off 12. I'm quite good at switching between 24-hour clocks and adjusting how I speak, depending who I speak to, purely because I've spent quite a lot of time around non-English speakers in my life. Do I have Snapchat? I do have Snapchat. The link to my Snapchat is in the description box below this video, or my Snapchat username. I am Hanana the Banana because I set that up before the Corner of Craft existed. Yeah, it is still maths, that's true. But I don't use Snapchat that often. I used to use it a lot, and then I got a better phone, and now I Instagram story too much. I use Instagram stories so much, and I get really addicted to who is looking at my Instagram stories. I kind of hate myself for it. But, for those who don't know, if you post on Instagram stories, you can click back on your picture and you can see how many people have viewed it and who has viewed it. And so I like to know who is stalking me. It's really not that fun, but kind of can't help it. How to learn to knit. I was taught to knit by my mum, and also my grandmother's taught me to knit. And what else? Yeah, so then I kind of taught myself to crochet because my mum did also teach me to crochet, but at the time I wasn't really interested in learning to crochet because it wasn't cool. And so then I taught myself to hey, I see everyone who regularly views my Instagram stories, and I very much appreciate it. I look at the people stalking, and then, I'm like, oh, hey, glad you're seeing what I'm up to today again. I feel like we're bonding. It's weird. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand Fahrenheit. My parents can switch between Fahrenheit and Celsius like that because they grew up where in the time where we switched in the UK, so they can switch between it. My dad is more comfortable with Fahrenheit than Celsius, but can switch for me, who doesn't know Fahrenheit at all. Stalk you. I stalk you, but under both my business pages. Amazing. I'm loving all these people admitting that you're stalking me. This is so much fun. It's just so much fun to see who has been viewing things. I don't know. It's all right. It's weird. But yeah, anyway, I taught myself to crochet after a few years of not crocheting, and then I didn't knit for a while. So then I picked up knitting again, and somehow magically remembered how to correctly, by my grandma's description, correctly hold the needles, which isn't correct. We all know it's not correct because you can knit however you want. But my grandma sat me down and taught me the correct way to hold the needles when knitting. And then I just got really back into it. Do you have plans of casting on another garment? I do. I'm going to do the Shu Sui Shrug by Susanna Zommers. And we're doing a knit along for it. So feel free to get involved on that if you want to. It's a 4-ply jumper, also known as fingering weight to those of you non-Brits. But it's a 4-ply jumper. You need 2 skeins of one colour, 2 skeins of another colour, and 50 grams of a bind off. Inches are weird, I agree. Let me, yes, sup. You Brits with your stones and pounds. Yeah, stones are a weird one. Stones were a weird one. I don't understand why we Brits use stones, but it's quite useful. Makes sense to me. Landlady's grandson just brought me my supper. Oh, that's so sweet. It is really weird. I really struggled to switch to kilos. I'm not very good with kilos at all. I can do grams pretty well. I can't do kilos in relation to my own weight. I can do kilos in relation to other things, but my own weight I can't do. I can do my own weight in pounds and in stones, but I cannot do. It's really weird. Yes, I do. When I've done a fish lips kiss heel, I have cut the color and then reattached a new one and then sewn in the ends. Because that's just easier. But I have found that fish lips kiss heel does not fit my foot very well, and I would recommend doing the new depths heel instead. You don't have to increase the heel as much as Becky, the designer, suggests. She's got options on how to increase it by fewer, and I increase it by fewer. But I find the heel much easier to knit. It fits my foot much better, and it just looks so much nicer. So 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds. Ta-da! But yes, you got French test for tomorrow. Ah, bonne chance. French. I have a degree in French, and now I can barely remember the French. Okay, fair. I will let you off. I've never done a shadow wrap heel, so I can't tell you if it is similar or not. Yeah, I'm not very good at converting between imperial and metric. We did kind of learn it at school, but not enough for me to remember it. And to be fair, there's no need for me to learn it, although all of our road signs are in miles. We're very weird in the UK. I don't really understand. Just learning, stop making any tips. Are you doing double pointed needles? What needles are you using to knit your socks on? And my goodness, I'm so proud of my eyeliner today. I'm sorry. Just stop checking myself out. I can't help it. That eyeliner though. We drive on the wrong side of the road because of Nelson. Was Nelson us? Yeah, because of Nelson. Because he was left-handed. So for jousting, when he did jousting, he went the other way. For some reason, we adopted that with traffic. or something. Live streaming is fun. I really enjoy it. And thanks for everyone saying my eyeliner's on point. It doesn't happen often. There is a reason. There is a reason that I don't have my glasses on, because when my eyeliner is not on point, we've got the glasses on, and oh, all of a sudden you're distracted by my glasses and you can't see my eyeliner. Like it was planned. I'm having so much fun making up colorways. Oh, it's so much fun. I do think that I can fit more yarn in my pots than I have been doing. So 9-inch circular, I cannot help you with. Magic loop, on the other hand, I can. All I'm going to suggest is when you're going from one needle to the next, it's about to start a new row across, just pull relatively tightly, and then you won't get a ladder. Yeah, no, I dropped DPS too. It's like attacking a spider. Very impressed by the inner corner. Oh, thank you. Ooh, ooh. I'm just going to pose like this so you can all admire my eyeliner for a hot second. Very librarian with the glasses. Oh, thank you. Oh, they're so smudgy. These are not librarian's glasses. They've got fingerprints all over them. They're not clean. I don't know if you can see how unclean they are, but oh yeah, you can. This one. It's awful. Nope. Nope. What color is lippy? It's actually just a lip liner, because I will get back to this in a second. It's actually just a lip liner that I bought when I was in Germany from the German equivalent of Boots, which is called DM. So it's just a lip liner, because I haven't yet found a lipstick that doesn't just instantly come off my mouth. So it's not fun. I just feel really weird. Yeah, no, because of how I hold. So this is some knitting. Because of how I hold my needles. I hold my needles like this. My needle rests in the crook of my thumb as I knit the whole time. So yeah, rests in the crook of the thumb as I knit. So 9-inch circulars, when the needle is this big, that is not going to work for how I knit. You see? Because no, you have to hold it like this, and that is not comfortable. Because I hold it like this. Just muscle memory in it. Yeah, but the problem with just using lip liner is I could never go out like this, because as soon as I eat anything or drink anything or do anything, this is just going to be gone, because I've done it before. And then I got home and I was just like, oh, I have no lipstick on anymore. Ooh, hiccups. Kat Von D makeup is really hard to get in the UK. You can get it from very few Debenhams, but that's it. And I'm very sad. But I really want to find a good lipstick that doesn't come off my mouth. I'm so good at talking about makeup, and doesn't dry out my mouth and make me feel like I have lipstick on. I think I'm asking too much. I found an amazing face primer that fixes both dry, crackly skin and oily skin. Well, you need to teach me your secrets, Anna. What is this primer? I need to know. Because I realized I actually have very dry skin. After thinking for years I had oily skin, I started to use cold cream to remove my makeup, and my spots just disappeared. And now all the places I would buy cold cream don't sell it anymore, because apparently they've realized I've started to use it. So they're like, nope, no more. Not selling this anymore. MUA matte from Superdrug is good. I think I've used it before, and it just made my lips look really dry. Not like nice and velvety, but like dry and like wrinkly, just not pleasant. Yeah, I'm not about the 9-inch circular life. They work for people, and that's fantastic. Bye, Elizabeth and Rachel. Thanks for joining me. Cool. I will be sure to try and find that. Body care. I don't know if I know what body care is. That's Pond's Cold Cream is the one that I used, and Superdrug sold it here in Nottingham, and I was able to get it there. And now every Superdrug that we have in Nottingham, and I've looked at we don't have Sephora. We don't have Sephora in this country. Yeah, every Superdrug I've looked in don't stock it anymore, which is really annoying. I suppose I could ask. Oh, Sephora also ships to UK now. Okay, well that is good to know. And dangerous. I haven't spent a lot of money on makeup in a very long time. That's so cool. But yes, I maybe should ask if Superdrug. Maybe they've moved it and hidden it somewhere. And or I could just buy it online, which also works. But I'm running out, so I need to do something soon. Anna, the problem is we're only coming with hand luggage, so I cannot get anything over 100 mils. I can't get a lot of it. It has to fit in a tiny, teeny, tiny Sealy bag. We are very light travelers, Mario and I. We're just like, oh, pay extra for a huge suitcase. No, we'll fit it all in a tiny suitcase. Challenge accepted. Which is really fun when I then want to buy things. Well, then I will. Oh, do you have Kat Von D makeup in Sweden? Is that a thing that you have? Because I really want some of her foundation. Even if I have to buy it and ship it back to myself while I'm there. Okay, Anna, you and we're going makeup shopping. I want to get some of that Kat Von D makeup because I want it to match my pale skin. And I can't just buy the paler shade because the paler shade is white. I've lost several viewers. I'm very sorry to all of you who are not interested in makeup, but I have not spent a lot of money on makeup in a long time. I also need to get my money changed over to Swedish crowns. Hannah, I'm going to get back to you on that comment in a second. But yeah, I want to find a really good foundation for my face. Everrotate's card. I know Everrotate's card, but now then I have to call up my bank and say, hi, I'm going to Sweden, and that still means talking to extra people. Yes, I am going to Edinburgh Art Festival this year. I am very excited about it. I will definitely be wearing my Zweig on one of the days, and probably other jumpers on other things. Nobody uses cash in Sweden. Oh, that's so good to know. It's like the complete opposite of Germany when nobody uses card. Oh, nobody uses card. It's really stressful. You have to carry cash on you everywhere. But that is actually really good to know. But we might be charged conversion, so it might be worth me getting one of the post office travel cards. Maybe I'll do that. I'll talk to Mario when he gets in, which won't be for another hour. Bless him. That's why I wanted to go to the pub this evening, because Mario's out this evening, so I could, be sociable. But hey, turns out I'm being sociable anyway. It's just a little one-sided sometimes. Well, that was a delightful. See, things like that get cut out of podcasts. Me hacking up my guts and singing, like earlier when I was singing, apparently. Yeah, you are more people than at the pub. And more fun. Just in case they're watching, so they know that I'm secretly not actually annoyed. Hey, so, fun story. I know you love my fun stories, and now I've lost, several viewerships. Ooh. It's fun story time with Hannah, so grab your tea and get comfy. Let me tell you about the really delightful thing I did yesterday that completely made Valentine's Day. So, you know how I was saying about how I'm really awkward and blah, 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 blah. This is not flattering angle. It was much more flattering when I was lower down. So yesterday, Mary was chilling on the sofa, doing something. I don't know what. Playing on his computer game, maybe playing Hearthstone. I don't know. I went up to get my ball winder and Swift, and so I could wind some yarn, so I could look at it and think about casting on the Bendy Arrow shawl, which I just ended up doing today anyway. And as I was coming down our very steep stairs and coming around a corner with stuff in my hands, Mario decides to pick that opportune moment to talk to me, which, you know, fine. But instead of concentrating what I was doing, I looked at him. And instead of looking where I was walking, I completely missed a step, twisted my ankle, and fell. Romance is dead. So I have a really nice bruise and graze on my arm, which you can't see because it's getting blown out by the computer. I have a fantastic bruise and graze on my arm from my bracelets. So jewelry is a hazard. And I twisted my ankle, which I then had to, you know, sit down. I cried just a tiny amount because it really hurt, and then shouted at Mario. And the sentence he'd started with was, "I'm finding it really difficult to," and then I fell down the stairs, and then I sat down and said, "You're finding it really difficult to do what?" And it was about D&D, and it was about planning D&D. So it wasn't as though, you know, it affected my life terribly. But I sat down for a while and I was still cooking dinner. So I sat down for a bit, had a bit of a cry, felt a little bit sick from the pain, because this is what happens when I really hurt myself. I feel a bit sick. And then got over it. And then the buzzer went off on the oven and I stood up and walked around for a while. Anyway, woke up this morning, hopped out of bed, started to go downstairs. Oh, my ankle. It hurts so much more today than it did yesterday. And it feels better now. I've been walking around on it for a little bit. But, oh, my ankle today. It is not a comfortable feeling. The last time I really badly twisted my ankle was in the summer of 2013. And Mario and I met up with his brother, and he had planned to go on a bit of a hike. He hadn't told me that we were going on a bit of a hike. So I had severely inappropriate footwear on. And I fell off of a rock and twisted my ankle so badly that I didn't know what to do with myself and couldn't go into work for the next 3 days, because I got up the next day to go to work and I hobbled to the bathroom and I sat on the toilet. So, you know, do your morning wee. I sat on the toilet. And then when I was done, went to stand up and couldn't actually work out how to stand up off of the toilet because my ankle hurt so much I couldn't put any pressure on it. And that was a really stressful time. And so then I obviously couldn't go to work for the next few days. And my ankle swelled up huge. Mario thought I was just making a fuss out of nothing, but I wasn't. I also twisted my ankle a lot when I was growing up as a very clumsy child at school. Twisted my ankle at pre-party once, then went out dancing till 5 a.m. Oh, that sounds awful. Why would you do that to yourself? Anna, you know better than that. You're a medical student. You literally fell head over heels for him. I did. That's so cute. But yeah, no, my ankle really hurts today. Oh, I've gone up and down these stairs in various states of soberness and not soberness, and have never fallen down them. And there I was, completely sober, falling down the bloomin' stairs. Not cool. Not cool. It's fine. These things happen. It was your second year. Okay, I'll let you off if it was your second year. We've all done stupid things at university. We've all done stupid things. One of my friends can do the splits, and she decided to, in a nightclub, prove to some guys she was chatting to that she could do the splits, but hadn't stretched or anything, and really injured herself. So that's another tip for you. Don't do the splits unless you've stretched. Cool. I'm going to probably podcast for the next 5 minutes and then leave you all to get on with your evening because the time has flown. Can we just discuss this? How much the time has flown? I realized that, maybe for the last 10 to 20 minutes, it has not been the most liberating of conversations for some of you, but I have thoroughly enjoyed the company and the chatting. It's been a lot of fun. And I really appreciate the people who, come back for all of these or for as many of these as they can. And just appreciate all of you. I've recently hit 47,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's an obscene amount of people. I'll never apologize for changing the subject to makeup. I'm all about talking about makeup. I'm about as flexible as a cemented brick wall. Not flexible. Can't touch my toes. Yeah, that's an obscene amount of people. And I know that not everyone who is subscribed watches my videos, and not everyone who watches my videos is subscribed. But that's an incredible number of people. And I definitely need to get some kind of giveaway sorted for all of you. And it won't be a huge one because, I don't have a prize pot like some podcasters do. Some podcasters receive a lot of prize donations for giveaways and such. I do not receive a lot of prizes for giveaways and such because I do not host a load of giveaways. So I do not have a prize bin. So I have a few things up there ready to be given away, but it won't be a huge giveaway. But I'm thinking I will do it on YouTube and maybe announce it in next week's podcast if I can plan it. That makes sense. Maybe I'll plan it on Sunday. We're having a quiet Sunday. That's crazy that you broke your ankle and went to work all night. That's ridiculous. Someone I went to school with fractured her ankle by hitting herself with a hockey stick. Went to school for a week on it because the nurse said it wasn't fractured and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just a sprain. And then she went to the hospital the next week and she had it in plaster because she'd been walking on it for a week. That's awful. You need to give a like to celebrate. Oh, thanks. Everyone should like this video anyway because, it is pretty darn entertaining. Can I send a few stitch? Oh, if you would like to send stitch markers as a prize donation, that would be fantastic. Make sure you put your Etsy shop on the thing and whatnot. If you have a business card, throw one in. Oh, that would be so sweet if you did. I use yours all the time. In fact, on the bendy yarrow shawl to indicate which is the front and the back, I've put on one of your stitch markers here, Katie. See? They're nice because they're not too heavy. Plus, I am all about the stars. And you sent me teapots and teacups, so you like lipstick. Thank you very much. I do want to start wearing lipstick more. I wish it was easier on the TV. I know. Whenever I stream things on the TV, it's always tough. We recently got Chromecast for our TV upstairs, which is so much fun. But if I'm luckily with Chromecast, you can kind of like technical terminology, ping it from your phone to the TV. So I always like it before I ping it because I basically like every video I watch that's like podcast wise. Because I'm all about supporting the community. I like and subscribe to everyone. Not everyone, but stream. Okay, fine. You can stream it to the TV. I like ping, all right? You can ping it to the TV. This is why I should do adverts. See, I'm really lazy at doing makeup. No, not true. I'm always lazy at doing lipstick because I never wear lipstick. But I do always, without fail, when I do my makeup, I always have eyeshadow on. I do have eyeshadow on today, but you can barely see it because I went subtle because I was having a lip. Yeah, always have eyeshadow on and mascara and often eyeliner, depending on how much time that I have. If I don't have eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, I put dark eyeshadow around my eye. But no one really cares. But yeah, I feel like I look weird when I don't have eyeshadow on. Although I feel like I look weird today because I don't have much eyeshadow on. But the lipstick I had to balance. Anyway, I should probably go. I've taken up an hour and a half of your time, and that is probably enough time, let's be honest. So thank you to all of you who have joined me live in the chat today. I have really enjoyed this live stream. I want to start doing live streams more, as I keep saying, but it all depends when Mary is working. So I can't set up like a usual regular thing because I tend to live stream when he's at work in the evening. But yes, thank you to everyone who's joined me. If you've been watching this after I've finished streaming and you've managed to watch the whole hour and a half without going insane or switching off halfway through, you get extra brownie points and you win at life, basically. Thank you to everyone. Please feel free to like the video below this, like just below this video, there's a thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. That one, not that one, that one. Because that helps to get my video out into the YouTube sphere. And also feel free to subscribe if you want to. And if you want to chat, leave me a comment in the comments below if you're, excuse me, watching after the fact. But thank you to everyone who's joined me. And thank you for everyone in the chat for just being really nice and friendly. Anna hasn't had to be a bouncer today at all. Oh, hi, Lenore. Hi. Oh, that's so cute. Babies. Sorry, I'm just gonna leave. But yes, thank you so much. It was so lovely to see you all, and have a fantastic week. I will see you all next week for an actual real life proper podcast. Bye.